Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are here once again in the Foxy studio because we are here for sketch session, as I'm sure you probably have figured out. So, today we are rolling new prompts for the week, and I thought it would be really fun to work with this foam dice tower that I've been making. I did a little bit of painting the other day. And I think it's looking really good. It's not quite done yet, but it's coming along. But I thought it would be fun to use it to roll some dice and get some prompts going. So I'm just gonna get my little note taken, otherwise known as just getting a pen. There we go. So let's do it. Let's roll some stuff. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay. So, flip to my overhead camera here. And zoom in just a little. There we go. Let me scoot this over to the left because I'm right-handed. Unlike Rob, who was in here recently. Okay. Feels a bit dark on here for some reason. But, oh well. Here, I'll go ahead and do it out here so you guys can see the rolling action. Okay, so looking at this, let's figure out a good first stab at this. Let's start with birds. I like birds. Here. We're going to roll for birds first, and then we're going to come through and add a second creature. Morning, Ellen. Good morning, Bobby. Great to see you both. I'm testing out my dice roller, my tree. It's come a long way from an old salt container with bendable limbs, which I think is pretty neat. Totally wasn't intentional. It just kind of happened that way. All right, rolling for birds. I guess we don't really need the dice tray. I'll put that right perfectly under my face. All right, we're going to do a D20. 17. Pelican, stork, or spoonbill. I recently realized a few things that are missing from the lists, like seahorse, it's not on there. Manta ray isn't on there. And I don't think penguins. No, there is a penguin. I lied. I was wrong. 3, crow or a raven. 13, again? No, not again. Okay. Pigeon or dove? Excellent. Took a little encouraging, but 9 is penguin, just as I was saying we didn't have it. All right. Saturday, 4, a mallard or a wood duck. Basically just a duck, honestly. Okay, now let's mix it up, shall we? All right, looking at some other tables here, let's go ahead and go for let's say a reptile for this first one. So we need a D12. Aha, it's a little bouncy. It's one problem I've discovered with it. 2. Viper, rattlesnake, or cobra? All right. Now for the crow or raven. I'm going to stick with reptile. I like that. 5. Blue-tongued skink. Okay, I'll work with that. Now for the pigeon or dove. I'm going to go with a large mammal. 16. Cow or bull? That's kind of perfect as a pairing for a pigeon. Penguin. Let's mix you up with... Let's mix you up with a small mammal. Sorry, that required a lot of thought, apparently. 3. Squirrel or a chipmunk? I don't know that I've ever rolled a squirrel. That'll be exciting. Or a mallard, for that matter. A duck? I think this might be my first duck. Okay, mallard plus... What would be a good pairing for a mallard or a duck? I'm going to go for small mammal again. I don't know. Feels right. 7. A bat. A mallard plus a bat. Interesting. All right. That is our roll for the morning, for the week. Throw all these back in here. Say a special thank you to my dice tree. Yay. Thank you, dice tree. Okay. You hang out right over there. And you guys hang out there. Okay. Bam. Bada bing, bada boom. We're cooking. Let me grab my sketchbook. A leaf found its way while I was walking to work today. Hello, little leaf. Do you have prairie dogs or ferrets on your list somewhere? Ooh. Hamster, gerbil, squirrel, chipmunk, rabbit, hare, fox, raccoon, possum. Got a hedgehog, otter, badger, coyote, lemur. I have a weasel or stoat. So a ferret would land on there, but I imagine a prairie dog would land more on the squirrel / chipmunk, probably. Or maybe like a badger. But you're right, it's not on there. Interesting. I'm always looking for gaps because I missed animals. Also, take a second to appreciate just how buxom this thing is becoming. This is a well-used, well-loved journal. And thankfully, I have my other one all ready to go. My new one, the next one, the blank one. And that's going to be nice to have when we get there. Anyway, here's my weekly setup. Woohoo! All right. That was our last one. Something I was working on last night. All right. Here we have I'm going to say a spoonbill. Plus, okay, let me look up a spoonbill first, shall we? Spoonbill. Beautiful creatures. Beautiful / funky. Sometimes they have crazy head feathers, but they're interesting. Very interesting creatures. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So we've got a bald head and obviously a spoonbill. Let's pair that with a cobra. I feel like the spoonbill plus the hood are going to make for a really interesting looking, like visually pleasing creature. I hope. You have prairie dogs living in your yard, Ellen? I do love that for you. Where I grew up, Wichita, we have a zoo, the Sedgwick County Zoo. It's a great zoo. But there's a whole area that's like prairies and grasslands, like that's the sort of region. And in it is a section where prairie dogs are. You see them going in and out of the ground all the time. But the thing is that prairie dogs were also everywhere else in the zoo all the time. They were escape artists. We used to, I mean, we wouldn't see them like outside the zoo, but you would see them where they definitely weren't supposed to be. Oh, you're absolutely right about that, Linda. Just making a note. Okay, thank you, Linda. Not sure what's going on with that, but I will look into that. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. You know what? Okay, that's a good enough start. Let me get some paint going, shall I? Oh, got my little jars of water. Gotta probably hydrate my watercolors here. Well, we obviously are going to need pink. Spoonbills, if you're not familiar, have a very pink, feathery body. Just looking really quick. Didn't spoonbills have a funny little... Yep, they got green on their head. Greenish, yellowish. Weird. Very odd. Okay. Do I have a cloth for drying off my watercolors? Over here. That's the trouble with sharing my desk, like with other creators when they come in, is I clear off my desk for them and then I don't know where I put anything. Hey, Bobby, congrats. That's awesome. It's always satisfying to get a new thing moving, see it develop. So what kind of stuff did you put in your junk journal? Okay, I'm going to let that sit for just a second. I'm going to draw another. Ellen, I'm kind of the same as you. I've never really quite understood it, but I've never really looked into junk journaling either. It's just kind of a thing that I know exists. Trying to figure out how to make this one in flight look a little bit more bird-like, because a cobra only would have its hood up if it were defending itself from something. Trying to make itself look really big and scary. But a bird in flight's not going to be doing that. It's not an expected behavior, you know? I mean, I don't need it to make total sense because it's made up, but, I like there being a little bit of logic here. Some 50s blue and white polka dot for the cover. That sounds fun. That makes sense, Bobby. Especially like as a collager, I imagine you have lots of material, that you have it collected. Sometimes when it doesn't find a home one way, having it go into a junk journal is a really good way to give it life. You know what? See, this feels more like it. This, I'm drawing a defensive sort of display. Paper down here is a little resistant to the watercolor. Okay, let's dry this and add some colored pencil, shall we? Wait, really quick. What is their beak? It's kind of bluish, honestly. Or white. I'll go for a slightly darker version. Hey there, Daring. Good morning. Well, now we got to do a neon orange outline. Can't do neon pink, that's too obvious. Finding yourself stuck in the scroll? Well, you can come hang out with us for a while. Okay, let's add some darker colors. Oh, I get it, Daring. It gets us all at some point or another. No one is immune to it. This one definitely feels like a Pokemon. Oh, you didn't miss much. Don't you worry. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was off the page there, or off the camera. Yeah, this one's really just kind of a spoonbill, you know? Not really much snakiness going on. All right, going to be wrapping this up here in just a second. Okay. Well, that's something. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. You know, it's fine. But we got ourselves a nice little Rosegate spoonbill viper, no, cobra, excuse me, doing stuff, doing a little defensive showmanship, you know? All right, well, thrilling, great. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's sketch session. And I'll look into that class, Linda. I'm on it first thing. All right, I will see you all later. I hope you all have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, everyone.